Aromie here. Welcome back to Tailor Tales. We're here heading to chapter 5. Since people get seasick and one gets space sick, desperately I want to look on my phone to check for any symptoms you can get in space, but I'm once more reminded of my situation. I am kidnapped and I'm in space. There's no search engine to consult. There's no one here to hear me scream. My phone is turned off to conserve battery life. It's useless to me now anyway. It's been 10 days since I've been kidnapped. Eating the same thing every day. I feel weak and tired. It's hard coming up with a plan to kill someone when you feel like the world is spinning. But it isn't really. The door suddenly opens. Princess, here is food. It is Eeyok, walking in with a tray of the same food that has stolen my palate. I can't help it. I'm unable to suppress it any longer. My stomach is churning at the thought of swallowing the thick paste again. Eeyok watches me helplessly as I hurl out my stomach contents. I sit back against the wall, feeling clammy and nauseous. Must say, Captain! Eeyok shrieks and rushes over to me. I'm roughly grabbed by my waist, and he flings me over his body, running out of the room with me. It's been 10 days, bruh. There better be a very good explanation as to this disturbance. Suddenly my feet are on the floor again with Eeyok holding me up straight. I feel even more nauseous now that he ran all the way over here with me on his back. Captain, Princess is regurgitating food. With no sense of urgency, James walks around his desk, his footsteps echoing the room. He's imposing and not in a very good mood as he stands inspecting me. Then again, when has he ever been in a good mood? I sure as hell haven't been since I got kidnapped. Eeyok. Yes, Captain? She regurgitated, yes. Yes, Captain. Then go clean it up. Don't let the stench fill up our ship. Eeyok promptly leaves me alone and runs out of the room. I'm left alone with the captain. If only I felt a little less woozy, then maybe I could, I don't know, trick him or something. His dark brown eyes bore themselves into me. I'm too weak to glare back at him, but I try nonetheless. Still defiant no matter what, aren't we? He comments offhandedly, flicking his hand at me. He makes my blood boil. If I had the energy to talk, I'd give him a piece of my mind. James walks around his desk to the wall behind it. He opens up one of the locker-looking vaults. The artificial gravity in our ship takes some getting used to, especially for someone who's never been exposed to it before. After rummaging through the locker, James takes something out of it. It looks like some kind of syringe. My eyes widen. No way! What does he intend to do with that? This should relieve you of your symptoms. Oh hell no, I'm not getting shot with alien fluids. Who knows what kind of reaction I could have. I could be implanted with alien eggs, using my body as some kind of incubator, and have them bursting through my stomach. He places 2 fingers on the side of his own neck. Best to do it in the neck, so it goes straight to the heart. Finally, I find my voice. Then why not shoot it straight in the heart? James exhales that what I believe to be something akin to a chuckle, or maybe he's just scoffing and making fun of me. Or maybe he just inhaled a speck of dust and had to free up his nostrils. I don't know. Shoot this drug straight into the heart and it will make anyone's heart stop beating. Oh, thank you for this advice. A chill runs over my spine, but the gears in my mind start spinning as well. I know where his heart is located. I might actually have found a way to kill him, or threaten his life at the very least. I need to get my hands on that drug. Then please give me the medicine. I feel sick. I play up the helpless act. James walks up to me. Sometimes I forget how massive and intimidating he is. A syringe ready in his hand. Somehow I have to get it. I need to distract him. Slowly his hand reaches out to my hair and he sweeps it aside, exposing the skin on my neck. The heat from his hand prickles my skin. My heart starts racing wildly as adrenaline rushes in, pumping myself up to find the right moment to take the syringe. There's a slight hesitation in his actions. For the briefest moment he lingers with the syringe near my skin. My chance. Quickly I knock the syringe out of his hand. It flies in the air, but I grab it, flipping it in my hand and point it at his heart, sinking the needle through his outfit but stop right before it pierces his skin. I take a breath. Silence. My heartbeat is ringing in my ears and my stomach is sloshing around. James is simply staring at me, unmoving. There's no expression on his face that indicates emotions whatsoever. It's like he accepted this fate of his, as if he doesn't care if he dies. Girl, aren't you still sick? Just let him go. Just feel like, ha, JK, or just throw up on him, actually. Just throw up on him. Those empty eyes of his. How can I kill him when he already feels dead? Defeated, I drop the syringe to the floor and take a step back for him. Mine, here I was thinking he had the guts to follow through. I overestimated you. His tone is neutral, like it didn't even faze him. James spins down to pick the syringe on the floor. Then in a quick succession, I am pulled in by my wrist, and he slams me against the desk, flipping it around so that my back is facing him. I cry out in pain as he twists my arm behind my back. Careful. He leans in closer to my ear, his voice nothing but a whisper. When you deliver a threat, you must have every intention of following through. The universe doesn't give you second chances. Then he jabs a needle into my neck. Shocked, I let out a painful yelp as I feel an icy fluid flow through my veins. I applaud your attempt, but a mere earthling like you with your puny strength has no way to compete against mine. This was your battle to lose from the start, he grunts against my ear. He finally tears himself away from me, releasing my arm and pulling the needle out of my neck. I believe I mentioned that I'd hang you outside the ship if you did anything suspicious. His eyes flicker over at me. But given your current condition, I'll write this off as a delusional earthling acting out due to space fever. I take in a deep breath to steady myself, and I rub the spot where the needle pricked me. My wrists are also hurting from a strong grip. I want to yell back at him. I'm not delusional, but there's just no way I can compete with him. He's totally right. I don't have the power to defeat him. I'm never going home. The reality of my predicament settles down, and I feel this uneasiness wash over me. At the same time, my mind starts clearing up. The sickness in my stomach is slowly subduing. Wow. Wait, this medicine is actually working. Feeling better now, he asked without a care in the world, as if I didn't just try to murder him. I look at him in wonder. Yes, actually. Maybe now that your senses have returned to you, you will learn to not make hasty decisions in the future. James threateningly folds his arms over his chest. Any further attempts on my life, and I will not hesitate to rip off your head. Alright, Sir Prince. Gotcha. I can't help myself but ask, why haven't you already? Why have you taken me? Another silence stretches between us. The needle lies forgotten on the desk. James finally averts his eyes and settles his gaze upon the only window in the room. Not only are you a royalty, which can prove to be useful during bargaining positions, but you have demonstrated the ability to heal torn skin. Then his dark eyes are back on me. Such an ability will be quite useful to have. When we arrive, you will be put to use in our medical bay. It dawns on me that I made my own grave by rescuing a stranger from the sky and patching him up. He thinks I'm some kind of doctor, which I'm not. I just did basic first aid. And that's why I'm here on this ship, kidnapped by aliens because I can manipulate pieces of thread. Beware, Earthling Princess, he growls. One more wrong step and I'll personally end your life. I fearfully nod at him. Remembering he doesn't understand human body language, I quickly correct myself. I understand, I mutter under my breath. I'm not going back home. I'm not killing or threatening the captain to bring me back. No one is coming to save me either. Home has never felt so far away before now. There has to be some kind of superhero that can fucking fly to space. There has to be. I'm losing track of the days with no sun that rises and settles out here in space, not to mention no watch. My sense of time is slipping away. How long have I been here? It feels like weeks, but I don't even know for sure. Eok has been taken to the dining area more often. He seems to enjoy taking care of me, and I'd rather have at least one alien on my side. Eok, why are you here? Grunts another soldier at him. Taking care of Earthling, yes, he answers. Suddenly the larger soldier knocks Eok down on the ground, starting a brawl. Everyone around us looks up and forms a circle. No, you must be cleaning the living quarters. You not commander. Eok not listening. The soldier grabs Eok off the floor, hoisting him high in the air. After Droid, I'm the acting commander. Everyone has to listen to what I say. The soldier laughs loudly, with everyone else joining in. Not good. I don't know what to do. Should I try and stop them? Eok looks like he's not getting enough air. Fuck it. I stealthily conjure a thread from my index finger, stinging it down onto the floor where no one is able to notice it. I latch it around the soldier's ankle and yank on it. The soldier falls backwards, dropping Eok along the way. Hastily I dissolve my thread and try to look as innocent as possible. Embarrassed, he quickly stands up and looks around. Everyone around him starts laughing. Who did that? He yells. Eok picks himself up from the ground, looking a bit bored himself. You did that, the soldier yells at Eok. He was strangled to death, almost, and you're like, you did it? He pulls back a fist and is about to slam it into Eok's face until a booming voice catches everyone's attention. What is all this commotion about? The captain flies in. Strong and confident, he lands next to the acting commander, staring him down. Jilyuk. What is with these names? What is the meaning of this? James asks in a very calm but threatening voice. Captain, Eok is abandoning his duties, says Jilyuk, playing innocent. I huff out loud, unable to contain myself. And which duties would that be? He looks unimpressed, because as I recalled, it's his job to guard the Earthling, is it not? Ooh. Jilyuk looks frightened. He casts his eyes down at the floor. Yes, Captain. Make yourself useful and check the radar on the bridge for any incoming meteor storms. Yes, Captain. Jilyuk immediately disappears. James stares down at everyone around him, his arms crossed over his chest. The message is clear enough. Everyone needs to get back to their posts and stop loitering about. When we're not in the center of attention anymore, James suddenly takes a step closer to me. Earthling? He calls out to me. Fed up with this earthling stuff, I finally blurt out my frustrations. It's Michiko, I fire back. My name is Michiko, no more of this earthling nonsense. He cocks his head to the side, slightly raising his eyebrow. Well, Princess, if we're getting tired of the way we were addressing you, then perhaps you should have told us your name much sooner. I stare back at him, feeling embarrassment rise up to my cheeks, knowing I haven't told anyone my name since the moment I was captured. But it's not like I'm in the best position to. I got kidnapped against my will. Who thinks about properly introducing themselves under a situation under such a situation? No one, that's who. Your rebellious eyes will be the death of you one day, he mutters darkly. Glare at him. Fuck it. That only makes me narrow my eyes even more. How can I wish I could shoot laser beams out of my eyes like a superhero LASIK could? James, however, ignores my small act of defiance. Be careful about meddling with Yulin's affairs. You might find yourself in a situation you can't handle, James warns me. Yulin? I repeat quizzically. Is that what the soldiers are called? James simply tears his cold eyes away from me and turns on his heel. He slowly makes his exit by flying off, his cape fluttering behind him. Princess! Eok suddenly speaks up. Yes. Eok grateful, but Princess should be careful. Eok looks around him as the others glare at us. Eok grunt. He whispers. I look down at my bowl of mush food. The warnings don't bode well. Not much later, I'm back in my cell, bored out of my mind. Then something happens. The door slides open. Aw, fuck. Listen here, young man. I can kill you with my thread. Maybe, I don't know. I expect Yok to enter, but it's that brute from before, Yok, I think. The hairs on the back of my neck stand up straight, and I huddle myself into a corner. Earthling Princess, he greets me in a mocking tone. He taps his heel on the floor, and the door is shut fast. I'm alone with him. You made a mockery of me today, in front of the rest of the platoon. His voice is surprisingly calm from what he's saying. I am the commander now. I require respect. How can I gain respect when a small fry like you makes me look stupid? In the blink of an eye, he's in front of me, his large posture looming over me. What are you doing? I asked, surprised he's gotten so close. Time to teach you a lesson. There's an unsettling smile on his face that gives me a bad case of goosebumps. I've been worried about the captain all this time, when I should have been worried about the rest of them. This is the end of me, isn't it? This is how it's going to happen. Stay back, I warn him. I braced myself ready to defend, but the punch to my stomach was too fast for me to block. I cough out loud in pain as I double over, gasping for air. My vision starts getting blurry as the pain immobilizes me. Then smack against my face causes me to cry out in pain, and I'm down onto the floor, my ears ringing from the impact. I'm completely disoriented, but I can try to crawl away from Jilyuk. The pain is so immense. It's hard to move even an inch. I feel like my insides are about to burst out. He grabs my ankle, dragging me backwards. Alright. I can't scream as much anymore or talk loudly. Let go! I can't even fight back. I might as well just yell, I guess. Someone help me! I scream loud and clear, hoping someone can hear me from the hallway. No one's gonna help me though, because you know, this guy's the commander. You don't want to go above the commander and be like, piss off, commander. Julia covers above my body, leaning down towards my face. I can feel his stinky breath hitting the back of my neck. What's this? Screaming for help. Suddenly he grabs my long hair, lifting me up from the floor. I yell out from pain and try to scratch him with my fingers, but he pays no mind to my feeble attempts. I don't think even scratching would hurt these people, because they're like scaly, yeah? Then my feet are lifted from the ground and hoisted into the air, only hanging above my hair. My scalp feels like it's going to tear off. Earthlings are weak, he spits out. You have to listen to me, the commander. No, I say through gritted teeth, creating a thread from my fingers. I catch the other end of the thread and hook it around my own hair. Oh my god, I just cut my entire hair off. Honestly, I would not have done this. Tyler hates this trope when it's in movies, when the girls cut off their hair. It's supposed to be like a power move, but sometimes my hair, it will go back and it doesn't matter. I will not. I scream and slice through my thick locks. It's almost as if time slows down as I fall back onto the floor. My own hair cascades around me like falling feathers, gently fluttering in the air. Not expecting to do this, Jilyuk stands there, temporarily stunned. A wisp of hair dances around us. I roll over onto my back and look him in the eye. Then I deliver a swift kick in his own stomach as well. It doesn't pack much of a punch, but it's enough for him to stumble backwards. I use this opportunity to pick myself up and run towards the door. My hands are trembling with adrenaline. I step down into the panel to open it, but it doesn't. horror washes over me. Sorry, Earthling, doors don't open unless you have a key. He's right behind me. This is it. I tried the best I could. I'm so sorry, I came. Julia grabs the back of my head and slams it onto the door. But miraculously, the door slides open before my face is pulverized instead of pushing into someone's chest plate. Oh, James! You look so handsome, like, in this point of view. James looks down at me. What the? There he is, Captain! Yells Iyuk behind me. Captain James! Iyuk says with a startled screech. He immediately lets me go. Told you Iyuk saw him sneaking in here. I've never been so happy to face plant into the chest of my captor. James gives me a gentle push, forcing me to back off and let him through into the cell. He surveys the situation, my hair flying around in the room, the bruises on my knees from falling down. He takes it all in. Finally, he looks at Juliuk. Didn't I tell you to not harm a prisoner? His icy voice makes even me tremble on the spot. But Captain, There's a loud crack. It happens so quickly, my brain can't even comprehend the maneuver James pulled out just now. But all of a sudden, Juliuk falls onto the floor like a lifeless ragdoll. My eyes are as wide as saucers. I bite back my shriek and cover my own mouth. He instantly snapped his neck. Iyuk took care of this. Filth must be disposed of. James wipes his hands for a dramatic effect. Yes, Captain. I mean, at least it's not bloody. Iyuk hurries to get Jiuk's dead body and hoists that much larger alien across his shoulders. He disappears through the door. When we're alone, James clicks his tongue in an annoyed tone. Princess, prepare yourself. We'll be arriving soon. He turns his back on me, standing in the oval doorway. Your fate will be out of my hands. I won't be able to save you from your obstinate actions. His warnings leave me chill. I can't shake off. Are you blaming me for being attacked by one of your subordinates? I finally find my voice. Because to me, it looks like you can't control your platoon. How's that my fault? Technically, it is my fault for involving myself in the drama, but it's also his fault for not controlling his men. But he did save me, so let's not be fucking rude about it. How is that my fault? I questioned him. Jiuyuk was the one who entered my room and started assaulting me. James scoffs loudly as he turns around to face me once more. It's in your eyes. Your defiance is like a burning rage reflected back to anyone who gazes upon you. He crosses his arms over his chest, giving me this distant look. You would do well to behave and submit. You're saying I should just let myself get beaten. It seems like your hearing does work. How peculiar. And here I was thinking all Earthlings were deaf. I glare at him. I'll never submit. Your tune will change soon enough once we arrive. Iyuk comes running back into the room. Captain, Iyuk released the body into space. James composes himself. Very well. Clean up this mess here as well. You know the lord likes to have his ship in pristine conditions. Yes, Captain. Iyuk says obediently. Let's see how fare meeting him. Is he hot? Mutters James ominously. If he's hot, then I don't know. The man's still evil, it doesn't matter. He finally exits my cell with Iyuk right behind him. It feels like a couple of days has passed since then. The crew members mostly left me alone. No one seems to be questioning what happened to Iyuk. Iyuk is the only one who I still interact with. Today he brought me to the captain's quarters. My presence was requested. Captain, Iyuk brought the princess. James, as usual, is behind his desk. He dismisses Iyuk, but he doesn't even make eye contact with me. Nervously, I rub the back of my neck, finally getting used to the fact that I now have a bob. Now that slicing through my own hair was considered a good hair. Not? Wait, what? Not that. Okay. Why am I here? I ask after a long silence. We'll be descending soon and touch ground with Yule. He explains as he taps his fingers on a few buttons on the desk. I do not have any data available on Earthlings, so you'll be going in blind. The temperature is scorching hot there. You may experience side effects from the atmosphere. He stands up from his seat and walks to the wall lined with vaults. He opens up one of them and takes something out of it. James walks around the desk, his hand clutching a small glass bottle. He presents it to me. Inside of it is a tiny piece of root. The red color reminds me of saffron. Chew on this root. Don't swallow it. It may alleviate or reduce some of the symptoms. Hesitantly, I take it from his hand. Or you may combust on the spot. That's also a possibility. There's a smirk on his face as if he'd be happy to see it happen to me. Great. I'm going into a planet whose atmosphere may very well cause me to burst into flames. How do I know it's not just poison? I ask, staring at him suspiciously. It's either you chew on this or you meet your end sooner rather than later. Your choice. I hug the small bottle protectively against my chest. It's not my choice, I crumble back. Nothing has been. The floor suddenly shakes and vibrates. The ship makes puffing noises as if it's releasing compressed air. I look around in confusion, but James remains as composed as ever. Welcome to Yule, princess. Alright. we're in territory I do not know about. But this is where we're gonna end today's episode. Slowly but surely we'll eventually get to the part where we interact with James a bit more. Hopefully, I don't know. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.